Industry, innovation and infrastructure development is perhaps the next biggest development milestone for Africa, and for Uganda in particular, especially as this has the potential to fundamentally change the quality of life for all Ugandans and the entire continent. During the year 2015, the United Nations unveiled a global agenda to build resilient and sustainable infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, research and innovations, and find lasting solutions to social, economic and environmental challenges by the year 2030. Uganda, like other United Nations member states, adopted, domesticated and implemented mechanisms to track performance on this goal in order to ensure that the broad objectives are realized by 2030.
The United Nations agenda broadly envisioned developing quality, reliable, affordable, and equitable infrastructure at national, regional, and cross-border levels, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization that significantly raises the share of industries in national employment, particularly in the least developed countries, including Uganda. Increasing access to financial services, including credit for small and medium-sized industries and other enterprises, especially in rural areas and among youth and women.
The 2020 and 2021 government reports on the implementation of the 2030 Global Agenda show that the proportion of roads in Uganda that have been maintained increased from 78% in 2015-2016 to 93% in 2018-2019.
Air traffic cargo in Uganda increased from over 56,000 tons in the financial year 2015-2016 to over 62,000 tons in the financial year 2018-2019. However, these increments were affected during the COVID-19 period. In the same period, manufacturing activities in the country grew by 7.1% in the financial year 2018-2019 compared to 5% in the financial year 2017-2018.
The proportion of the population with access to the mobile network subscription grew from 57% in 2015 to 78% in 2021. However, these changes are not enough. More needs to be done. Afrobarometer data shows the progress on this agenda, but also highlights areas for improvement. Compared to the year 2017, when the government began fast-tracking this United Nations agenda, Afrobarometer data show that the proportion of the national population that has access to a cell phone network service remains high, but has marginally dropped from 98% in 2017 to 89% in 2022. This drop in cell phone network coverage perhaps is as a result of socio-economic factors and COVID-19 related shocks which impacted negatively on the living standards.
The percentage of paved roads in the country increased from 11% in 2017 to 27% in 2022, while the access to the national electricity grid grew from 35% in 2017 to 50% in 2022. The number of villages with a school facility within a walkable distance increased from 84% in 2017 to 88% in 2022, while the proportion of villages with a healthy facility within walkable distance increased from 72% in 2017 to 78% in 2022.
Afrobarometer data show that our neighbors Kenya and Tanzania are making similar progress on these targets. The proportion of Tanzanians who have access to the national electricity grid grew from 56% in 2017 to 61% in 2022, while the proportion of paved road coverage increased from 26% in 2017 to 35% in 2022. The number of villages within a school located within walkable distance increased from 69% in 2017 to 81% in 2022, while the proportion of villages with a health facility located within a walkable distance also increased from 42% in 2017 to 66% in 2022.
In Kenya, the proportion of population with access telephone network coverage remained the same at 99% between 2014 and 2022, while the number of villages with access to the national electricity grid marginally dropped from 75% in 2016 to 74% in 2022. The proportion of paved roads in Kenya decreased from 40% in 2016 to 35% in 2022. The proportion of Kenyan villages with a school located within a walkable distance remained the same at 95% between 2016 and 2022, where the number of villages with a health facility within walkable distance increased from 65% in 2016 to 75% in 2022.
So what do these results mean for Uganda? The government of Uganda needs to invest more in poverty alleviation efforts and to improve living standards, especially among the youth, women, and rural communities. The government also needs to increase the coverage of the modern built public services infrastructure, including renewable energy, transportation, health, education, and communication infrastructure. Finally, the government needs to aggressively promote policies and programs that encourage and support innovations and copyright, especially among the youth, women, and rural communities.